Good morning, America is a registered trademark of the Walt Disney Corporation, and I probably can't say that at this hour of the morning. Good to see you. It is Tuesday, the 10th day of November 2020. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Gorgeous sunrise, just starting to get the job done. A little chilly if you have to park outside. If you don't have a garage or a carport, it's going to be another one of those scrape the windshield kind of mornings. It's cold out there. It never really got going yesterday. We only topped out at 38 degrees. That was it. It was a kind of a raw day. In fact, our high of 38 and our low of 21, well below normal for November 9th. And we're in for pretty quiet weather until we get really to the weekend, and then things could get a little interesting. I kid you not. Maybe a little valley snow, maybe. Certainly the Cascades are going to get a lot of snow. By the way, starting today, we're going to start updating your passes during this award-winning program. I can tell you right now, if you're heading into the Cascades, you're in for some winter driving conditions. It's snowing pretty good there. It has nothing to what's going to happen this weekend. Cascades are going to get a big dose of heavy snow pretty much all day Friday, especially Friday night and spilling into Saturdays. Want to give you a heads up on that in case you have travel plans. Lots of news to get to. We have a COVID outbreak at the Christopher House here in Wenatchee. We'll talk about that. That'll be our lead news story. Also, we'll talk about sports, reaction to the Seahawks game against Buffalo. In case you missed it, they lost. But history being made in Spokane, the Lilac City, the Gonzaga Bulldogs men's basketball team, the AP preseason #1 team in the land. That's pretty good. The Obscure Holiday, got some birthdays for you. Might be not, he's got an opinion. And today is the day for you prospective Apple Blossom royalty candidates. This is the day for the mandatory meetings. There are 3 mandatory meetings to choose from. You have to go to one of them. Darcy will give you all the details that you need to know. Log on to appleblossom.org for the details, and we're going to replay the interview I did with Darcy Christopherson, the Apple Blossom administrator, because she gives you that important information. Again, mandatory meeting day for prospective royalty candidates for the 2021 Apple Blossom Festival is today. But you get 3 of them to choose from, so you should be able to make one of those. Anyway, again, Darcy will give you those details in the back half of the hour. Let's see what we got around here. My guess is all of the cameras are going to be looking just fantabulous. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley. 28 degrees outside of our studios. By the way, Ephrata, you set a record yesterday. You got down to 14 degrees in Ephrata. That was a record low temperature for November 9th. We didn't get that cold, but it was plenty cold for most people. Look at that. Just beautiful. Sunrise is pretty much right about now. 6:59 this morning. It's about 4 minutes old. Sunset tonight, 4:30. 9 hours and 31 minutes of daylight. We're losing about 2.5 minutes of daylight a day as we get deeper and deeper into autumn and closer to winter. Beautiful view of the valley from our cross camera. Camera 2, Megan's choice. I don't know. She throws it up and I get to guess. Okay, wow, this is going to be a challenge. Obviously, there's a body of water down there. We wouldn't have the low clouds and the fog. I give up, Megan. Help me out. That's the Waterville camera looking over the Columbia River, I'm assuming. Is that correct, Megan? Yeah, somewhere down there, I'm pretty sure, is the Columbia River. Waterville, of course, is way up high, so that's a really cool view. And I'm guessing down there is the Columbia River, and that ridge that we see way off in the distance is the backside of the Chelan Butte. I'm spitballing here. Obviously, it's really hard to tell exactly what it is that we're looking at, except it looks really neat, thanks to Sky-Fi. Camera number 3. There is the sun creeping over the edge. I'm saying Appalachians. That's Steins Hill. Yeah, fooled me again, Megan. That's the Cashmere area we're looking at down there below, and the sun's just going. Looks like it's trying to fight its way up over the top of a high cloud before it starts warming up the valley. It ain't going to warm up a great deal. We're talking, maybe 47 or 48. They were predicting mid-40s yesterday, and we weren't even close to that, so got to have a slight grain of salt with that. Beautiful view from Steins Hill, though. Camera 4. Now that I can tell. That's got to be the Lower Butte. So I'm seeing a little bit of residual snow in the foothills around Lake Chelan. You can see 3 fingers clear as a bell in the marina and Chelan proper. But yeah, there's a little dusting of snow up in the Chelan area. And maybe there's more coming. Of course, Chelan is a little bit higher up in elevation of the Wenatchee Valley proper, so no surprise there. And you sometimes do get some lake effect snow in some areas. Lake Wenatchee is well known for having lake effect snow. Chelan too, at times. Good morning, Chelan. Thanks for starting your day with us. All right, from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Lots to talk about. Clouds, as you can see, it's mostly sunny today, but clouds going to be thickening up as the day progresses. It never really broke out yesterday. We're thinking 48, maybe some light rain or two. The snow level right now is at 1,500 feet. It's going to go up to 2,800 feet as the day progresses. Snow level tonight lowers down to 800 feet, but there's very little chance of any kind of precipitation. I don't think it's going to happen. If we get anything at all, it'll be extremely light, even though the snow level will be pretty close to the valley floor tonight, 28 for the overnight low. Beautiful Veterans Day tomorrow. Quite a bit of sunshine, high of about 46. On Wednesday night, we'll get some patchy fog. Outside of that, clear skies, 27 for the overnight low. Thursday, clouds, but no precipitation, just kind of overcast and cool. At 42 is below normal. 32 for the overnight low Thursday night. Friday, things start getting interesting. Snow level is going to start out in the morning at 1,700 feet. It's going to go up to 2,700 feet in the afternoon. So if we get anything at all on Friday, probably rain. We're going to be above that, although there could be some dustings of snow in some locations. High of about 44 on Friday. Friday night, a continuing chance of rain. Snow level is going to hover right around 2,900 feet. Heavy snow in the Cascades expected Friday night and Saturday. We're talking maybe upwards of a foot of snow on Stevens Pass Friday night and Saturday. Nothing really down here, just too warm for that. So we're going to have fairly mild temperatures, all things considered. So whatever we get into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and even into Monday, probably rain, maybe a stray snowflake or two on the valley floor, but most of the snow, again, will be relegated to the Cascades. They're expecting a lot of snow, starting really on Friday afternoon and really into Friday night. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Speaking of the passes, if we have them ready to go, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on up in the Cascades from the Washington State Department of Transportation. I-90 right now, traction tires are advised. It's snowing. You got snow and slush in places on the roadway. This is the first time we've done a pass report in quite some time, so just a little refresher. It's the Washington State Patrol who decides on the restrictions, whether traction tires are advised, required, chains, all that stuff. They send the troopers up, they drive over the passes, and then they phone it in. So there you go. That's I-90. Traction tires are advised. It's a little gloppy up there. Stevens Pass, the last time I looked at the camera, you couldn't see anything. Oh, that's not bad. That's a view from Stevens Pass near the ski resort. Traction tires are advised there. It is snowing with snow and ice on the roadway on US 2 Stevens Pass and Blewett Pass. No surprise here. They also have a traction tire advisory, compact snow and ice on the roadway. It's snowing there. Off and on snow, the snow should taper off as the day progresses. They're going to have hit and miss snow showers until they get to Friday, and then it's going to snow. And it's going to snow pretty good Friday afternoon, all night Friday night, spilling into Saturday, so it could be a very dicey drive in the Cascades this weekend. Traction tires are advised across the board on the big three. All right, 8 minutes after the hour, going to take a break and come back with your morning headlines for this Tuesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
10 minutes after the hour, we have fairly clear skies, 30 degrees, increasing clouds today. Highs will be in the upper 40s, hit and miss rain off and on Thursday and Friday, maybe some light snow in places. Here are your headlines. 20 staff and residents at the Christopher House in Wenatchee have tested positive for COVID-19, and results are still pending for even more who were tested. This came to us from the Chelan-Douglas Health District yesterday. The health district said they were notified of 2 positive tests at the adult care and assisted living facility back on November 4th and provided tests for the remaining staff and residents last Thursday. The additional 18 positive results were determined on Saturday. Management at the Christopher House said they are, and I'm quoting now, taking extraordinary measures to ensure our staff and residents remain healthy, end quote. Meanwhile, the health district is also urging all members of a Wenatchee church to get tested for the coronavirus after 2 of its members tested positive. The 2 people who tested positive attended services at Iglesia Emmanuel Batista Church on November 1st. The district says anyone who attended those services should seek testing and self-quarantine until November 15th. A drive-through testing event was held for the church Sunday where 20 of the 50 people who attended the services were tested. The health district said results are not yet known for those tests. Confluence Health Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jason Lake said maintaining good morale at Central Washington Hospital has been a challenge during the COVID-19 pandemic. He was my guest on yesterday's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and he told me a staffing shortage has exacerbated that challenge.
Morale, quite honestly, it waxes and wanes. In the very first part of this COVID crisis, there was a real esprit de corps. We're all in this together. Everyone's pitching in to help. The longer we get into this, 7, 8, 9 months, people have been working really, really hard and really long hours. And like I mentioned, we are short-staffed, so people get tired. And with that tiredness, morale waxes and wanes a little bit. But I can't appreciate enough the staff in our organization, the hard work they do on a day in and day out basis. And when they're called to do extra shifts, they step up and do it. And when they're asked to take care of an extra patient, they do it. And that type of dedication, even if it results in exhaustion and fatigue, our staff step up and do it. And I'm really appreciative of that.
While the state remains on guard for COVID-19, flu activity in our state remains low. The Washington State Department of Health says so far this year there have been 0 lab-confirmed deaths from influenza and 0 flu-like outbreaks in any long-term care facilities. Now, emergency department visits for flu symptoms also way down from last year. The CDC says there's been a global decrease in flu cases as more and more people adopt masks and social distancing to avoid COVID-19. However, getting your flu shot still recommended by health experts. A reckless motorist allegedly took police on a high-speed chase last week from Wenatchee to almost Quincy. 19-year-old Loriano Hansen of Fife jailed on suspicion of a stolen vehicle possession, DUI, and eluding police. Officers say Hansen was the driver of a stolen vehicle that fled from a police stop in Wenatchee, weaved in and out of traffic from East Wenatchee south on Highway 28, and finally crashed near White Trail Road after an East Wenatchee police officer forced that car into a spin. Hansen allegedly admitted smoking cannabis before the arrest. A pair of downed power lines sparked a brush fire early Sunday morning near Soap Lake that was pushed by strong winds towards homes before being contained by firefighters. The fire started about 4 a.m. Sunday morning after a tarp was blown into power lines near Road 19 Northwest and Road B Northwest, quickly spread alongside the canal. Grant County Fire Districts 7 and 13 responded. Fire officials warn that even though it's now November, the threat of wildfires is still out there. Voter turnout for the election 1 week ago was just over 81% in our state. Chelan and Douglas counties did better than that. Almost 85% of registered voters in Chelan County and 81.4% in Douglas County turned out to vote. The state's lowest turnout came in Grant County, where just under 54% of voters participated last week. In 2016, also a presidential election year, just under 78% of voters in Washington state returned their ballots. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife wants to simplify rules on training and using dogs to track wild cougars. Dogs are instrumental in locating cougars that might pose a threat to the public, but the agency says previous state rules gave dog handlers little opportunity to keep their dogs trained and ready for cougar encounters. Now, if the rule is approved, Fish and Wildlife will develop a roster of approved handlers to be called in as needed for cougar incidents. State residents can give feedback on the proposal. You have until December 7th at the Fish and Wildlife website. And of course, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and hero banners, the colorful pennants that hang from downtown street lamps to honor service members, have decorated Wenatchee each November for the last 3 years. 2 years ago, the tradition expanded to East Wenatchee. Linda Haglund of the Wenatchee Downtown Association recently joined East Wenatchee Mayor Geraldine Crawford to explain how the tradition came to the valley.
I got this idea from a little community out of Kansas that was at a Main Street conference. Emporia, Kansas has done this program every year, and I came home and I said, we have to figure out how to do this. So in true Main Street fashion, we share ideas, so they sent me how they do it, their application, how it's run, and I could tweak it and run it here. The first banner sold 3 years ago was I bought it myself to honor my father. So this was near and dear to my heart. He was a proud veteran of World War II until the minute he died. The first year, 3 years ago, we had 21 banners. Any proceeds we received beyond production of the banners went to the local Veterans of Foreign War organization, VFW. That also was near and dear to my father's heart. And then something happened right after Veterans Day last year. I call it took this program to a new level, and that is when George Turner from NCW Vet Serving Vets, the bunker, walked into my office. And Vet Serving Vets believe that veterans do serve other veterans and they serve their community in doing so. And he said, I want to help serve our veterans by helping you do this. And so Vet Serving Vets, the bunker, became our beneficiary last year. We went from 21 banners the first year to 63 banners last year. And this year we have 100 banners. So they will hang, 65 will hang in Wenatchee, 35 will hang in East Wenatchee. They're going up. And they will be up the month of November. The banners hang for 2 years. The family pays for the banners, and after 2 years, the families get to keep the banner.
That's a look at what's making news on this Tuesday morning, the 10th day of November. We'll have a newscast for you. We always do. We think it's important that our viewers be informed of what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington. Previewing tonight's news, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, our weather this week will stay chilly, wet, and maybe even a little bit white. I'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrup will take a look at this weekend Seahawks-Rams game in sports. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. If you got a news tip, you want to drop us a line and say hi, look at the bottom of your screen. You can give us a call at the number that you see there. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our website and click on the Contact Us icon, or you can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note on Facebook Messenger. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Mike Magnotti's got an opinion, and my conversation with Darcy Christopherson. For you prospective royalty candidates, today is the day for the mandatory meetings. Those details are coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Merry Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in north central Washington since 1998. Merry Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Merry Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Merry Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College. 20 minutes after the hour, let's talk about sports. Despite the clampdowns from COVID-19 and the fact that she's just a freshman, Haley Van Lith is already turning heads in the college ranks. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and the Women's Basketball Coaches Association announcing that University of Louisville freshman Haley Van Lith is one of 20 watch list candidates for the 2021 Nancy Lieberman Award. It's in its 22nd year. The award recognizes the top point guard in women's NCAA Division I college basketball. Van Lith's Cardinals expected to start the season November 25th at Middle Tennessee State. The men's college basketball season hasn't started yet, but guess who's number one in the preseason AP poll? Gonzaga. Yeah, they edged Baylor for the top spot with 28 of 64 first-place votes. The Bears received 24 first-place votes. Gonzaga coach Mark Few says, quote, "It's a great honor to be selected number one. We understand that it is more of a reflection of what our program has accomplished over the years and hope to play up to that standard as we start our season," end quote. The Zags open their season November 26th against Kansas, and then on November 27th, they'll take on Auburn. They'll be in Florida at the Fort Myers tip-off. According to Monday's article in the Spokesman Review, the Zags will hold Numerica Craziness at the Kennel at 8 o'clock on Thursday night at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Fans will not be allowed to attend, but the event will be televised on KHQ and Root Sports. Of course, it was a short season for the Seattle Mariners and the rest of baseball because of COVID, but Kyle Lewis made the most of it, and for his efforts, the center fielder was named the American League Rookie of the Year. On Monday, Lewis becomes the 12th player to be a unanimous selection since they began handing out the Rookie of the Year awards back in 1947. Kyle also became the first Mariner to be named Rookie of the Year since Ichiro got that honor back in 2001. Lewis is tied for first in the majors in home runs with 11. He was second in RBIs with 28. He led the entire league in runs with 37, walks 34, total bases with 90. The Rookie of the Year award for Lewis adds to the Mariners' postseason honors. Of course, last week, Evan White and J.P. Crawford were awarded Gold Gloves for their defensive prowess. The future looking pretty good for the Seattle Mariners. Seahawks back in Renton following a cross-country trip to Buffalo. They probably wish they didn't make. A lot of questions are out there about the defense's ability to stop the Bills, especially through the air. And unlike in Seattle's 6 wins this season, the offense couldn't overcome the defensive weakness. Coach Pete Carroll says, hey, the tape doesn't lie.
We came out just not executing some really basic stuff that we needed to do. These guys game planned well. Things that we practiced, we didn't execute in the game. And so we're real disappointed in that because generally that isn't the case. We just missed some stuff, and they took advantage of it, and we got off to a start where the Bills are ahead 14-0 when the offenses had 3 plays. So it was a terrible start for us. However, we know, we've been through enough starts that that doesn't mean much in just how you're going to finish it. And we've wound our way back into this game, before the end of the third quarter, 27-20, and we needed to keep winning. And we got beat on a couple situations, and they just stayed ahead of us. We couldn't keep hold of the football, and we turned out a really lousy performance for the day.
Through 8 games in the NFL season, the Seahawks are dead last in the NFL in passing yards allowed per game and total yards allowed per game. Seahawks have been able to get more pressure on the quarterback over the last couple of weeks, but Pete Carroll says they're giving up way too many passing yards.
It has been a challenge as we're kind of adapting. We've been waiting for guys to get back out there and making sure that we're doing what's best for the guys that are playing. And we would like to be aggressive. We started out the season really being aggressive and getting after it. And in the last couple of weeks, we've turned our focus back to that somewhat in an attempt to get some heat on the quarterback. And we have. We've had a lot of sacks the last couple of weeks, and we're moving in the right direction in terms of that. We got to make sure we're complementing with our play on the other, on the back end. We continue to give up stuff that we don't need to give up. There's just too many plays that have gotten away from us, and some of it's been execution, and we made a couple errors yesterday, and they were big plays, and so it's been a challenge, and it's been frustrating, because we feel like we can do much more than we're doing right now. The running game obviously isn't even an issue. It's all about the throwing game, and we got to make sure that we're taking care of business. And with the pressure that's coming, and the guys that are bringing the pressure, that's a strength of ours. We need to play off of that.
Pete Carroll and the staff will figure out if they can figure out a defense in time for Sunday. They got to take on Jared Goff and the Rams in Los Angeles. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday at 25 minutes after the hour. Today is Forget-Me-Not Day. Forget-Me-Not Day. Of course, forget-me-nots are those little flowers, the blue flowers with the yellow center. They're wild flowers for the most part, but they can certainly be harvested. And Forget-Me-Not Day goes back to the days immediately following World War I. There was no Veterans Administration. Veterans of World War I came home wounded in more ways than one, and they were kind of on their own. And there was a lot more wounded veterans than the government expected, and they were kind of overwhelmed with stuff. Judge Robert S. Marks, who was a decorated World War I soldier, founded Forget-Me-Not Day to help remind people of the sacrifices that our troops did in World War I, and it's been going on ever since. He also helped establish the Disabled American Veterans Foundation in 1920, so it's 100 years old today. And Forget-Me-Not Day has kind of morphed into just a general forget-me-not kind of a day. When people come in and out of our lives, people who you're really close to at one point in your life, that you don't even know what they're doing anymore. This is the nature of life in and of itself, but this is also one of those days to remember those people who you don't forget. Even though maybe you haven't seen them or talked to them in a couple of decades, you still haven't forgotten them. Send them a forget-me-not. If you know where to find them, National Forget-Me-Not Day is today at 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy birthday, United States Marine Corps. Yep, it's their birthday today, 245 years ago today, at a tavern in Philadelphia, Tun Tavern in Philadelphia. United States Marine Corps was founded. The Second Continental Congress authorized the innkeeper of this saloon, Samuel Nichols, to raise 2 battalions of Marines in Philadelphia. He was known as the Chief Marine Recruiter, recruiting people to join the fighting force in a tavern. Probably not a bad idea, come to think of it. The First Continental Marine Company was composed of 100 guys from Rhode Island, and the Marines fought with valor and with dignity during the Revolutionary War. And then when the war was over, they went back to their farms and their plows, and then they got back together again. But today's the birthday of the United States Marine Corps, 245 years old today. And on the 179th anniversary of the founding of the Marine Corps, on this date of 1954, 66 years ago today, the United States Marine Corps War Memorial was dedicated. Most people call it the Iwo Jima Memorial because that's where it was taken from, of course, the famous photo from Iwo Jima in 1944. It's in Arlington Ridge Park in Arlington County, Virginia. That photo does not do it justice. It's huge. It's massive. The United States Marine Corps War Memorial. It is a big, big statue. And back in 1961, President Kennedy issued a proclamation declaring that the flag of the United States should fly on the staff of that memorial 24 hours a day without stop. One of those few sites where this is required by law. And it was dedicated 66 years ago today. Happy birthday, Sesame Street. Sunny day, everything's A-okay. Sesame Street made its debut November 10th, 1969, 51 years ago today. I was right in that perfect sweet spot in time for Sesame Street. I was 5 years old. Loved the show from the beginning. Sesame Street is an awesome show. It's good for adults. Adults, you need to watch Sesame Street every once in a while. You still get something out of it. Sesame Street is now an iconic, of course, television show. Not particularly popular when it first went on the air in the South, specifically Mississippi. The State Commission in Mississippi, and they were launching their own public television station, decided that we're not going to televise Sesame Street because Mississippi isn't ready for a cast of blacks and whites and Latinos, and we're not. It got to be national news, and everybody went, "What are you thinking, Mississippi?" Mississippi said, "Okay." My favorite is Grover. I always loved Grover. He was always my favorite. Grover kind of got shoved aside when Elmo came on board. I mean, I think Elmo was a younger, more naive version of Grover, but Grover is to me the best of all the Sesame Street characters. Happy birthday to Big Bird and the crew and Snuffleupagus. Sesame Street, 51 years old today. This is the 45th anniversary of the sinking of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, the iron ore carrier, 729 feet long, went to the bottom of Lake Superior during a massive storm. All 29 on board lost their lives. From ABC News.
An air and sea search is continuing for possible survivors of the Edmund Fitzgerald, a 729-foot ore carrier, which apparently broke apart and sunk last night on Lake Superior. The ship and its 29-man crew vanished in a storm with 80-mile-an-hour winds and wave heights up to 25 feet. All that has been found is an oil slick and some debris.
You assume the ship has gone down. Is there now any hope for survivors at all?
Well, it would seem very dim at this point, with almost 24 hours that they've been in the water, 50-degree water. You don't normally survive much longer than 3 to 4 hours.
They found the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Much like the Titanic, it was in two very distinct pieces at the bottom of Lake Superior. Why the Edmund Fitzgerald sunk remains a mystery to this day. It will never be actually solved. About 20 years ago, they sent an expedition down. They take the original bell from the Edmund Fitzgerald and they raised it, and it is now at a memorial. And they took another bell and engraved the names of the 29 crew members and lowered it back down to their final resting place 45 years ago today. And happy birthday, Windows! That's Windows, November 10th, 1983, 37 years ago today. Microsoft introduces Windows 1.0. There you go. It's still the operating system I use. A lot of people didn't like it. Computer geeks didn't like Windows 1.0 because it was all mouse-based. And they weren't quite used to the mouse. Anyway, happy birthday to Windows. 37 years old today. Birthdays, Richard Burton. They say as an actor, this was one guy who had incredible talents and he kind of wasted it all. Got started as a Shakespearean actor. He was a great actor. He was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, didn't win any. He did win Tony Awards. He was a great singer, I might add. He was the #1 box office star in the late 60s and early 70s. He got $1 million per movie, plus a cut of the gross receipts. Richard Burton, born in the state in 1925, died at the age of 58 in 1984. Got married a lot, even to Elizabeth Taylor, twice. And quick heads up, happy birthday to Stephanie. Happy birthday to Julie. Happy birthday to Rona. Can't forget those 3 lovely ladies, all celebrating birthdays today. Going to take a break. Mike McNaughty has got an opinion, and then my conversation with Darcy Christopherson. As I mentioned before, mandatory meetings for prospective royalty candidates for the 2021 Apple Blossom Festival is today. The information you need coming from Darcy. Right around the corner, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Visit Conservation.
Oh, great. Another one of those PUD rebate commercials. Like they're really gonna give you money to buy energy efficient products.
No, it's real.
There's gotta be a catch. I mean, there's always a catch with these things.
Okay. It's real.
Right? It can't be real.
Trust me, it is so real.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
Sign me up.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center. And I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us in early November for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So my wife says to me, you need new clothes. There's a hole in these pants and there's stains on this shirt. Well, the hole is somewhere where no one can really see it, you know, and the stains really, unless you really look, you're not gonna see them. And besides, I hate shopping, and I'm using the word hate here, so I tell myself to replace these clothes because of some minor imperfections is an environmental crime because of the unnecessary use of new resources needed to make new clothes that replace these old clothes that still have some utility. So I'm not a slob. I'm an environmentalist. Yeah. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family.
Succession is leading the way for a new generation of Chelan wineries. Named Platinum Winemaker of the Year in 2017 and the one to watch in 2018 by Wine Press, Succession is setting the pace. Award-winning wines are just a part of the overall experience. Add live music on Sundays and fantastic views, and you have it all. Succession Wines, located on the north shore of Lake Chelan between Chelan and Manson.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent and owner at Springwater Insurance Group here in North Central Washington. And it's that time of year again. October 15th to December 7th, that is the time if you have a Medicare plan, do I want to keep it or do I want to change it? For any of those questions, give us a call at Springwater Insurance Group because we're independent agents. We don't work with one company, we work with many companies because all of you have different situations and needs. So if you have questions about 2021 Medicare plans, give us a call, 888-2600.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, courtesy of the technology that is Skype, making her very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. The administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, my friend Darcy Christopherson, who I haven't seen in forever.
I know. I miss everybody. I miss hugging people. I miss seeing people's faces. I just want to grab people's faces.
Well, don't grab mine because my face is my livelihood, you know.
It is, I know.
I got to keep this thing. let's get caught up. First of all, we have a theme for the 2021 festival. We're marching forward, marching on. Help me out.
We are marching on. That is our theme for the 2021 festival. Our dates are April 22nd through May 2nd. And after what we experienced for Festival 2020, we thought it was a good theme to just show everybody that we are doing our best to march on and have this 2021 festival no matter what. So that's basically what we're doing. You know, we're starting our royalty process, and we moved our auction from October to January 23rd. So we are hoping that we will be able to do a little bit more in-person events by that time. So that's why we came up with our theme, just marching on.
I like it. I like that theme a lot. I can't think of two words together to keep the festival going than marching on. It's perfect. That's really the changing of the auction from October. It's usually right around this time of the year, right around Halloween.
Yes.
From October until to January. That's really about the only significant event that's kind of changed a little bit as far as the date, right? That's it?
Yes, sort of. You know, that is a big one. We may be changing our top 10 process and pageant dates. We are in the process of still discussing that, but due to school starting a little later than what we thought, we originally thought that possibly the high schools would start right after Christmas break. And we know that's for sure not the case at Wenatchee High School. We do know that for sure they're not starting until January 27th. We still don't know what Eastmont is doing. I think their plan was to start a little earlier than that. So we may be changing a few dates with our top 10 process and pageant, and that would just be moving everything 2 weeks later. So we haven't officially decided that. We do have our mandatory meetings on November 10th. So that is when we will be making our final decision on that and be able to announce to the girls that are going to the mandatory meetings, you know, what the plan is. So we don't want to make a big announcement until we talk to these girls first. But yeah, it's a definite, I don't want to say struggle, but it is very interesting to try to juggle all this because we want to make it as comfortable for the girls running and not have a lot of stress. So we're trying.
Well, let's talk about pageant real quick. We're now in phase 2 of the Safe Start reopening process. Where do we need to be to physically have a pageant come February at the Wenatchee High School auditorium? Is that a pipe dream, or is this something that you think we're going to be able to do one way or the other?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pipe dream. And the only reason why it is a pipe dream is because as of now, when I say that, who knows, a month from now, the Wenatchee School District may have a different plan, but you know, right now they're not allowing any outside activities to be in that high school. So that being said, that means that we can't have our pageant in the high school auditorium. We are working out some details with the PAC to possibly have it there instead. Right now you can have 25% of the building as far as a crowd. So at the PAC, that's only 150 people. So we would definitely work out something to have the parents there to watch. And that's when NCW Life would definitely be coming in, and you know, we would do what we already do, which is stream pageant. We may be streaming the top 10 process also, because from what we understand, we may not have students for the speech part. So there's just a lot of things. We do know that you can have at least 25% of the people in these auditoriums or in these event places. So like at the Wenatchee Convention Center, we're having our mandatory meetings there because you can have up to 200 people in a room because their rooms are so huge. So we're doing that, and everybody has to sign up in advance to go to a mandatory meeting. It used to be where they could just show up and we gave them the guidelines and the rules, and then they left. Well, now you have to sign in, have your temperature taken, and get a mask. And we do have a Zoom meeting also that we will have at 6 o'clock that night too.
And that is on November 10th. By the way, the series of videos that the former Apple Blossom royalty have recorded to encourage senior girls in our area to try out are extremely well done.
Aren't they great? We just asked the girls if it's something that they would want to do, and they all did it on their own and then emailed them to us, and then Aaron, fixed them up a little bit and shortened them a little. But, yeah, they did that all on their own, and that really, it kind of got me emotional. Just, it's like, wow, it is so true. And we say it all the time to the girls that are running and to people that, this experience it's not about being in royalty. It's about what you learn in 3 weeks about yourself and your community, and to better yourself for that next journey of your life, whether it's college, whether it's, your first job. Because of that experience that you had with Apple Blossom Top 10 process, or not even going into the top 10, just getting in front of people and giving a speech and doing that is huge, and it really helps you in that next journey of your life. So I did really appreciate those comments that the girls made, because it is true, and it is hard when you don't get that crown on your head and you work so hard, but then when you take a step back a month later, you're like, that's okay. I learned so much, and I'm on to a different phase of my life, and I'm just fine. So I just always encourage girls, especially this year. These poor girls didn't have half of a junior year, and now they're not having a beginning of their senior year. Everything's been taken away from them. If it was me, I'd be like, I'm running. I want to do something for my senior year, to do something instead of just kind of waiting and seeing what's next.
Yeah, it seems like you're right, the class of 2020 and maybe even the class of 2021 are being shortchanged through no fault of their own. But we must go forward. We have to go forward. The pageant, as you just mentioned, is kind of fluid. Talk about Saturday, January 23rd for the annual auction. How's that going to be handled in this COVID world?
Yeah, so right now we can have up to 200 people in that room. So we've already sold 6 tables. What those tables will be, we always sell tables of 10. Right now things have to be a table of 6. So we will kind of work that out. We'll figure that out as it gets closer. And again, who knows, we might be at a different phase by then. So we'd be able to do a little bit, more. We might do a little bit still on Facebook Live, possibly doing Raise the Paddle or something on Facebook Live. But what we're really encouraging people to do this year as far as donations, we love having our businesses be able to donate like they always do. Our theme is going to be a 70s theme, but also we're going to encourage people to buy local. So if a business isn't able to donate, but you still want to help promote that business, go buy a gift certificate there and then donate it to the festival and create a basket of some sort. If you want to support your hairdresser, buy a gift certificate, fill it up with shampoo and hairspray and all that fun stuff, and bring it to us, and you will be recognized as a sponsor. And then you're helping your hairdresser by getting people in there. So that's what we're really trying to encourage businesses and individuals that always donate. If you aren't able to do what you normally do, try this instead, where you're able to help everyone.
So it's going to happen on Saturday the 23rd, whether it's going to be a hybrid, some online and some at the ballroom, or all at the ballroom, or a little of this. One way or the other, the auction is on for Saturday the 23rd of January, right?
Yeah. Yes, the auction, we are doing okay. A lot of festivals, a lot of nonprofits, just aren't. And we are doing okay because of our auction, because we had this little nest egg. We were doing okay. But that's not to say that we can't, we need to, recreate this nest egg for later, for the future of the festival. So we still need to have some type of an auction or some type of a fundraiser to save the future festivals, if that makes sense. We don't know what's going to happen, in 2021 and how big this festival will be. We are, like we said, marching on, and we're going to do everything that we always do unless we're told, we can't do certain things. But, we do need to still plan for the what ifs.
And if there's one person, I know you're so emotionally invested in this festival, Darcy, but if there's one person who I really feel sorry for was Lori Reed, who worked her way all the way up to Director General, and then
I know.
How's Lori doing? How's she doing?
Lori is quite a trooper, and I've said this all year long. She was the perfect Director General for after the 100th. I mean, perfect, because she's just so calm and so sweet, and so, let's give this a try. So having her be the Director General after the 100th was just so awesome, because I needed that. I was flying so high after the 100th, all of us were, that it's like we needed that calmness to get us into that next phase of festivals, which again made her the perfect one for all of this, because I was always trying to fix it and trying to recreate everything, and she was like, okay, you go for it. She was just that positive energy that I needed throughout the whole pandemic, and still. But we're actually going to be having the 2020 royalty and the 2020 Director General and the 2020 Chancellor go to Spokane this year. So they will be able to ride on their float, the 2020 girls, and then the Director General and the Chancellor will be able to walk with it. And we're encouraging the girls' parents to also come and just have one out-of-town festival that they can enjoy. And it's early enough in the circuit that it'll be great. So the girls are super excited about that. But she's doing great. She's in Mexico right now. Her daughter's getting married.
Oh.
So finally, which has been postponed. But now it's happening, and she's in Mexico and doing good. But I couldn't have picked a better person to have this journey with than Lori Reed, definitely.
Speaking of journeys, none of this happens without sponsors, and I think you batted 1,000 on retaining the sponsors. It would have been so much easier for the sponsors to back out of the 2020 festival because there wasn't one. But Kai's Fiber said, we're in, and Stamilt, we're in. I mean, what does that tell you?
Some of these people, Kai's Fiber, Weinstein Beverage, not only did they say, keep your money that I've already paid you for 2020, but we are also going to sign a 3-year contract. So that is just beyond amazing to me, that every single one of these big corporate event sponsors, and we're talking about $100,000, of these people donating to the festival, they're doing it again, and it's just, and the same thing's happening with our little guys. I mean, all these people that donate year after year, whether it's $100, $400, $50, we're ahead of that this year. The minute we sent out our letters, I maybe had two no's, but if they were no's, they're like, but I will so do it in 2021 and I will double it. So it's just incredible, absolutely incredible that this community, and I'm not the only one this is happening to. I mean, other events, nonprofits, our community and the businesses are contributing to everybody, as much as they can. It's not just the Apple Blossom Festival, it's other events and other nonprofits, and it's just been amazing. And that's why we live where we live, and that's why we have such a great everything about Wenatchee, because we just have wonderful people and wonderful businesses that support each other.
Darcy, we're almost out of time. Once again, making her very first appearance ever on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley is Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. I'm going to let you have the final word, Darcy, as we transition to the 102nd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Give the folks in North Central Washington a Darcy pep talk. It's all yours.
Well, we just want everybody to go to our website. Go to our website, appleblossom.org. If you're a senior girl that wants to run for Apple Blossom Royalty, everything is on there. The manual, anything that we're going to be talking about at the mandatory meeting is on there. And if you know somebody that's a senior girl, go talk to them. Tell them to go online and check it out. Those testimonials, like you said earlier, are amazing. If you want to support us with the auction by going, you can buy a table online. Or like I said earlier, if you have a great idea as far as supporting another business, just call me, send me an email, and we'd be happy to brainstorm with you and with donations. But like I said, we're marching on, and we want everybody to know that. We want everybody to know that we are doing everything in our power to have a festival for 2021. We totally believe that we need to have some happiness and some light at the end of this long 8-month tunnel that we have been trapped in. So we are going to do this. Our new clothing will be online here soon. Our logo is so awesome. So I will be promoting that hopefully in the next couple days. So we're ready. We're ready, and we want everybody else to be ready too and excited like us.
I am personally excited that hopefully we get to see each other in person one of these days. Maybe the next time you can do the show, which would be your second ever appearance, you can actually come in and do it in person, Darcy. Because I
would love that. I mean, it's been almost a year since I've seen you.
I know. That's a year too long. Darcy, it's always great to see you. Say hi to Jeff and the kids as usual. And don't worry about your phone. You'll get that later.
Yeah, sorry.
So, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Downtown Manson is Washington's best-kept wine secret. Over a dozen tasting rooms are within walking distance. Experience Ancestry Cellars, featuring wines rooted in family traditions. Or Skagit Cellars, where East meets West in every vintage. And don't miss Rio Vista Wines, home of the original wine slushie. All three are kid-friendly. Isn't it time you had a taste of Manson?
All right, we are back here on this Tuesday, the 10th day of November, and let's do your weather forecast. One more time. Not a lot to talk about today. A little bit of light rain possible. Snow level is going to be about 3,000 feet. Snowing pretty good in the mountain passes. Nothing down there here, though. High of about 48 degrees, 28 for the overnight low tonight. Now, tonight, the snow level is going to drop down to about 800 feet, and 800 feet is us. But we're not expecting any snow tonight. Maybe a stray snowflake. Tomorrow, Veterans Day, beautiful. Lots of sunshine, high of about 46, a little cold on Wednesday night. Thursday, just there. Thursday's just kind of come and go. Lots of clouds, nothing really happening with an afternoon high of about 42 degrees. Things get kind of interesting, though. On Friday, snow level is going to start out at about 1,700 feet. Could see a stray snowflake early Friday morning. Don't think that's going to happen. However, and we can't stress this enough, Friday afternoon, Friday night, into Saturday, significant snow expected in the Cascades. So if you're traveling over the Cascades to the Puget Sound area over the weekend, get ready for some winter driving conditions. We should be high and dry, and that's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.